Hi. oh shit, I should do it like this. This is happening, I guess. Should I do it upside down? I hate this. Alright. Good morning. My name's not even morning, it's like 2 in the afternoon. I don't even have a hangover, this is just how I do on a Sunday. Anyway, I wanted to record this because I just had some thoughts and I feel like they're relevant. Self-love is something we're taught a lot of, not enough about, but it's everywhere. It's all those self-care books, it's all those meditations. It's often said self-love is really important, right? But what are we really, how are we informed how to do it? We're just said, oh, love yourself and you're incredible, and self-love is hard and it takes practice. But how are we supposed to learn to love ourselves in a world where it's kind of looked down upon? Like, get me right, like, if you see a person that loves themselves and puts themselves first, my experience is they're just like kind of like, you're an arrogant dick or you're narcissistic, you know? If you see someone who's successful, we want, like, the right thing to feel is good for you. You did it. You're fantastic. You learned to love yourself. But in my experience, what I've like come to feel is I feel content towards that person, jealousy, envy, that they made it and I didn't. Like, they worked their goddamn ass off and I just sat on my bed with the makeup on, and now I'm mad that at them for achieving something that I haven't even tried to achieve. Um and I think that's an emotion. I can't control that I feel that way. I know it's wrong. I'm aware that it's an irrational way to feel, but I do. And I think there's more people than me that feel that way, that just try to that try to conceal their emotions because they know it's a wrong emotion, so they just pretend it's not there. They don't want to feel that way. They are feeling that way, but they don't want to acknowledge their feelings, so they just shove them away and pretend they don't feel that way. And I think that goes for a lot of things, more than just jealousy and envy, and people that are more successful than you, and people that love themselves more than you love yourself. Um, and I think that's really, really toxic, because I think that a part of loving who you are is acknowledging your feelings, even bad ones, even if you know they're not good. Acknowledging that this is how you feel and deal with them. Don't act on them. Like, that's what's wrong. You can feel whatever you want as long as you don't hurt anyone, including yourself, okay? Um so denying your own feeling and getting mad about things that you know is wrong to get mad about is just who you are as a person, and you can work on those, but you can't work on them if you keep denying them. And I think that's one of the keys to learning to love yourself, is acknowledging the bad parts too, and not suppress bad things about yourself, but accept that you are a human being that has things that just don't fit into society the same way that you want them to. If that makes any sense. Excuse me. um I really want to write a book about a character that hates themselves, but does everything to fit in, that is desperately trying to make everyone else love them so they don't have to truly love themselves. She's constantly changing her personality depending on who she's spending time with, just to make them love her even more. And I think a lot of people can reflect on that they don't really know who they are because they're just being the best person for everyone else instead of the person that's best for themselves. I know I can definitely resonate in that big time. I've done a lot of that. I'm only 26, but it's not until recently I've really learned who I am and like find out. Like, I keep saying this, like, occasionally when I go to bed at night, like, people like me. It's so whack, but as like when I got out of my depression and I started being myself and I started not trying to be something I thought people wanted me to be. When I started being my own self, saying what I wanted, like expressing my emotions, and still containing the bad stuff, especially if I just met people, but still just, like, just fucking being myself, doing what I want to do, like recording a video naked. I'm not naked, but I'm not dressed. uh, in my bed wearing nothing but makeup. But now is when I had the thoughts, and I am dyslexic and I don't like writing, so I'm making a video instead. I'm just going in a mouth rant here. We'll see what happens. Where was I? I have ADD, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. Being myself. I dared to be myself. And there's a lot of insecurity in myself. I am very insecure. I might not come across this way because I'm very powerful in the way I talk. I'm very out there. I'm very large. It does not sound like I'm afraid to be heard. I do not look like a person that doubts myself. I fucking do. I overanalyze every action I do. And like, oh my god, am I talking too loud? Did I just say that? Did I hurt that person's feelings by doing this? Like, blah, 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 blah. It's ridiculous. So I don't really love myself. That's a fact. I am learning to love myself. I want to love myself, so I'm working in that direction. But I acknowledge I do not love myself fully. I still have a long way to go, but I'm getting there, and I feel like I there are a lot of people should work on that more than they working on everything else, because once you love yourself, everything is just easier. Once you know what you want, once you are yourself, this is like what I was getting at before. Once I dared to be myself, a lot of people started liking me. They didn't before. I was a weirdo, and I did what I thought everyone wanted me to do, and that did not work for me at all. It worked in some cases, but not really. Once I started being myself, people liked me for who I was, and I was completely caught off guard from that, because I didn't like myself, so why the fuck would anyone else? But they do. And I'm starting to accept that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it feels good to be loved by others, especially when you're being yourself. We're a group, we're a pack people. We're human beings. We thrive on packs. Like, we cannot survive in isolation. So being validated by others and being validated by others and being accepted by others is our whole deal. That's why we work so hard to be accepted by others, because we'll die alone if we, I guess, I don't know. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this again. When you learn to love yourself and be yourself, others will love you. And this is a very famous saying, and if you haven't heard it before, whoever is watching this, super. I would rather be loved for who I am. No, wait. I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not. And those are powerful but complicated words to live by, because I don't think it's in most people's nature to accept not being liked. I think it goes against a lot of human nature to accept that people don't like you or love you. If you like a person and they don't like you back, that's a bad feeling, and we don't want that feeling. So more often than not, people will adapt and change so that person will like you, instead of just accepting, okay, that person doesn't like me. And I think it's most important, as long as you have family or friends who love you for who you are, focus on that instead of trying to have every single person in the world love you. I guess. Alright, I think my rant is done. Thanks. Cheers. I don't know.